All right. We got the grand finals between Shopify Rebellion, SCARLETT slaying our way through this bracket in the top right of data. See a map we're seeing a lot here as the new map pool's just been released. We've got SKILLOUS in the bottom left, also facing off against her in the grand finals. SKILLOUS and SCARLETT. Guys, I guess the Koreans aren't playing, right? So we've got these noob and Canadian, some washed up Russian Protoss. Like, who cares, right? The Koreans must not be playing. They're focusing on GSL. No, guys, both of these players have eliminated a lot of amazing players. I don't know. Bian, Hero, bloody Solar. Just to name a few. Those are a few that come to mind. I think there was Nightmare and a bunch of other Protoss players, and maybe I think Special got knocked out earlier in this tournament as well. A few other top tier players. So thank you very much for the love and hanging out, because I am very excited to actually see what SKILLOUS can do. For those who don't know, SKILLOUS has been competing over in the Team Liquid house. Obviously, as far as I know, he's been there full time. I'm not sure if that's still the case, but he was there for a long time after Katowice, grinding all day, every day, and just even though he's not on Team Liquid, but they let him stay there and let him kind of boot camp over at their facilities and their headquarters, which was really cool. So he's just been grinding. And I feel like since Katowice, he's been on the up and the up. He's been getting really good. On the other hand, SCARLETT, she is just a macro goddess right now. She's like, yeah, hello, I like to defend and turtle. I'm very critical of it, as I am of anyone who plays overly defensive in StarCraft, guys. I think you should always be using movement, feinting, pressing your opponent, forcing mistakes from him. She has not been doing that. She has not been doing it much lately. I will probably at some point get critical of her about that in this matchup, but we'll wait and see how the games play out, because I will naturally try to not go on and on and on about the same topic, because I've already done that a little bit earlier today in some of her other games where I felt like she made it a bit harder for herself than she needed to in terms of having an advantage and not utilizing it straight away to win the game. On the other hand, her macro has been exceptional. So as long as she is confident in her late game and just playing that slow game, I think it's all right. Guys, that's +1 air weapons. Is SKILLOUS just playing Sky Toss? What the hell? Sorry, I just flipped the scoreboard there. My bad, guys. This is a best of 5, of course. So he's going straight +1 air weapons. We're going to see a Void Ray first, aren't we? Maybe 1 Oracle into Void Ray is also really good. He's going 2 Adepts as well. He's just chronoing probes like mad right now. Lots of chronos on the probes. And look at this. Hasn't even saved a single chrono to use on the Oracle. He'll have one soon enough. But Oracle, Void Ray, yep, so it's Void Ray. He's playing full Sky Toss. Now, on this map, very choked up area, this third base, it's like, hey, you can just build a wad of cannons and batteries here, and it covers your ramp to your natural and your third. So you get a whole pack of cannon battery here. Very hard for the Zerg player to assault, and I think that's what he's planning. So, hey, get some carriers out, build cannon battery to defend. Fourth base is also defended by a narrow choke point. I mean, this is very hard for Zerg to assault. SCARLETT had a real tough time breaking some of the Terrans on this map earlier today, even when she was far ahead. Oh my god. We are still live. I just knocked my OBS window around and I thought it might have closed. That was scary, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, nice deny. I like that, guys. That's very good. Any denial on that third base timing is big. She can scoop back in right now would be perfect, but it's always a little dangerous to go right back in because you know he's going to be on high alert. The Void Ray's there as well. So she does see the thirds down, loses 1 Ling for it, but that's totally fine. She's going Evo Chamber. She's going to play upgraded Zerglings, guys. Fast melee. Heck yeah. Now, you guys may have seen I have been playing a lot of single Evo Chamber 4 gas style. A lot of the Protoss playing 4 gas. And Ravager Ling 4 gas with fast melee upgrade into Ultras is one of the sickest ways to play. Some of you may remember I played it against SCARLETT a little while ago, a few months ago, pre-patch, a game which like Loco and a few other people commentated when she was off racing Protoss. And I'd like to see a lot more people do that. I've noticed the Europeans are very focused on Ravager Bane. The Koreans, like Dark and Rogue, I feel like they want to go Ultras, but their economic growth is not as good as the foreign players. They're just not as good at building their economy up early, or at least Dark isn't. And Rogue was trying to play a lot of double upgrades. He was trying to get Carapace as well, so that his Lings would never be getting 2-shot by the Zealots. Very cool way to play, but it's a massive investment. Now, this is 2 Void Rays into Roboforge Twilight. So, wait, this is +1 air weapons into Warp Gate. Oh, SKILLOUS with the mind games. So she sees what looks like a full Sky Toss style. And she might be caught off guard by the swap back into ground units. A fascinating style for SKILLOUS, who's just going 3 Void Rays into a 4th Void Ray. She does have a very quick 4th up at 5 minutes, though. And a Baneling Nest does go down. As I said, a lot of people very Ling Bane focused. I think if you're playing against the Mass Stalker style, Infestors is better than Banelings. Significantly better as well. On the other hand, if you're playing against Skytoss, I think Banelings are the bomb. You can get Banelings to smash this Adept, get into the natural in the main. You can roll in, smash the static defense with Banelings. But God, this wall off, this base is just, it's such a nice defensible position. So I'm still very excited to see how SKILLOUS plays it. He's going charge, getting an observer route. Scarlett's building some workers. She's gonna go quick infestation, second evo. I love it. I love it, guys. I've been really calling for a lot more quick hive play. I'd like to see an overseer sneak in. Right now, this looks like pure Skytoss, even though she's seen some gateways coming down, which I guess tells you that there's something being added in there. But you don't really know how much is ground, how much is air just yet. 73 workers for Scarlett, 6.5 minutes in, so pretty damn supercharged economies for both players. SKILLOUS has to pull back there. Doesn't really take any damage, though, so it doesn't cost him anything. Infestation finishes. How quick are we on the hive? Are we going to go 2-1 or hive first? What's your focus, Scarlett? Just pushing back these voids. It is hive. Yeah, she wants that quick hive. 2-1 upgrades. Real nice. And she didn't build a Roach Warren at all. Wow, okay. Lings are going to run in. If she can get us around in that cannon, that would be huge. But Zealots are warping in. At least one pylon will go down. She just grabs that small pick-off, pulls back. Doesn't want to throw her units away. Void Race. Oh, get out of there. Scarlett, though, a little slow to focus that. Warp Prism on the left. Archon Zealot coming in with the Voids. And she doesn't have Roach Warren. Oh, has she been too greedy? I think Ling Bane can deal with a couple of Archons and Zealots. But as that Archon count grows, then you're going to really regret not having a pack of Ravagers and Roaches able to be built. She's got 13 Queens, though. Oh my God, that's a lot of Queens. Already one of the Void Rays goes down. A quick pullback by SKILLOUS and a wise pullback. You ain't breaking through that wall of meat. Nuh-uh. She's pulled all the queens off her bases, though, and she doesn't have macro hatcheries. So her minerals are going to float really hard if she doesn't get back to injecting right now. That 4th base will go down. Very nice play by Scarlett, but she, of course, does get a cancel on the 4th. A Forge goes down. That's the 2nd Forge there. Adept and a Zealot in the wall. A few more Zealots on that base. No battery on this base, though. She's going to surround that. Oh, careful, mate. He's got 10 gateways, but he needs to warp more Zealots in. She's going to breach the natural wall if he's not careful as well. Nice old position on the probes for SKILLOUS to block that up. He's going to need to warp in more units. He's on the front with the Archons. A few Zealots do warp in, and they should be able to defend. A few Zealots on the right side, but the Zerglings are going to do just fine versus these small numbers of Zealots. It's only when the Archons and the Zealots get together they can do awesome splash damage. Queens should be able to defend this hatchery. He's doing a good job at denying vision. Oh, if she can deny this 4th again, though. She's on 4 bases, going up to 5. She's got the Ultra Cavern on the way, and Ultras are going to counter these Archons very nicely. Feels to me like SKILLOUS is a little bit dead in the water compositionally. She's got a great setup. The Prism in the back does get 7 drones, though. That's nice. On the other hand, though, she's got Banes. The wall is actually wide open right now. Okay, he does warp a unit in there. And, oh, man. Okay. Ooh, Ling Bane hanging on out. We had someone complaining about lag in the live chat. I've dropped 0 frames. It's purely on your end, mate. Ling Bane is trying to group down here, but oh, no, not like this, not like this. Okay. Ultras are coming out. She's got Adrenal. She's got Kindness Plating. Her Ultras can A-move this. Ignore the Voids. A-move that with your Ultras. She'll kill it. She's got the Queens. She's got Mass Transfuse as well. So yeah, if her Ultras do that, that'll be great. He's only on 3 base economy right now. I think SKILLOUS is in a lot of trouble. He needs an Immortals out ASAP. She's just gone so greedy. He's played such a passive style, and this is the weakness of playing the just let's play Skytoss and turtle up and not really interact with the Zerg and keep the pressure on them. I think she's showing an expert understanding of how to dismantle this. I'm telling you that the Ultras are just such a god tier unit at countering Zealots, Stalkers, High Templar, Archons. It's only really Immortals that deal with them. And guess what? You're at Hive Tech. So I am wondering where her Vipers or Infestors are. Vipers are the best because you can abduct Archons and Immortals and Void Rays into your army. So I'm a little surprised she hasn't got that. Oh, the Voids! Oh, one of those does go down. Warp Prism in the back door, though. Oh, watch out, Scarlett! Watch out. A little bit slow of her to react. But she has some Zerglings pop out at the right moment, which is good for her. She does have 2-1 upgrades course, the carapace doesn't really help unless you have equal or higher upgrades than they have armor. She's going to go for it, though. Void Ray recalls to the bottom right. The Void Ray will help here. Battery overcharge, and the Archon's trying to hold on against the wall there. The Zealots try to hang, but it's just too much Ultras, I think. I think they get it through here. Nice spreadies on the Archon. Skillless trying to warp in more Zealots, trying to pull the Archons to the back to let the Zealots tank for them. Oh, wow. Really good micro by Skillless here. Gets rid of 1, 2, and now the Immortal comes forward, and that Immortal ejects the Ultra from the premises. That one goes down as well. Nice fight for Skillless. He finally has a 4th base established. He's going triple Robo behind this. Remember, he does have 2-1 upgrades with 3-1 on the way. She's now going to go Pathogen Cleanse, but yeah, the High Templar are out on the field, but still Abducts would ruin this army. I think a lot of players not as experienced with the Abducts in this scenario. When they delay the Robo that hard, they really struggle to get out Storm and feedback and Immortal count, but if you can abduct Archons and Immortals into your Ultra Ball, it's actually like Skillless just doesn't really have any counterplay. He can warp in High Templar, but he's got very limited map vision and control right now. The lack of units that shoot up for Scarlet other than Queens does hurt her since her creep isn't great, but she should be getting Overlord speed, and she is getting Overlord speed, so she's going to drop highways all over the map, and that's going to be fantastic. Lings and Ultras will go for a bit of a surround here, but Scarlet's going to pull back, see what she can do. Some Lings on the right side as well. It's mostly a big Archon ball. Very weak to Blinding Clouds, very weak to Broodlords. But if you get like 6 Immortals, 10 Archons, Ultraling Bane is useless versus that. It's super bad. Oh, good Ling surround. Adrenal 3-2 Zerglings. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Of course, he will have +3 finishing soon. He's adding Psystorm, which will clear out those ground units. She's adding Neural Parasite. Neural Parasite, great for stealing the Archons as well. She's up on 81 workers. He's on 69 probes, and I never discount the power of memes in StarCraft, guys. A lot of people say, oh, it's just a meme number. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah? Mate, I was drinking my tea this morning, and there was a picture of a chode in the tea leaves in the bottom of my mug. There was that 100% meant that I was going to get dicked today, and that's why I knew it. That's why I was playing Hero in the tournament, and he destroyed me. And, you know, I had the knowledge of that ahead of time. It's because of the tea leaves, guys. Likewise, you got to watch out for the 69 worker Protoss. Skillless believes in the power of memes, and he's trading pretty well. He's keeping it even despite, of course, having such a late 4th base and her constantly having this swarming, scary army. This is looking like a pretty budget wall now that those gateways got torn down, though. Uh-oh. Oh, watch out, Skillless. That cannon's going to go down. Get the probes out. Get the probes out of this base. Get them out. But the Immortals will come forward. She's going to have to fall back from that one. Get out of there, Scarlet. Scarlet, run! Run! Kill the pilot if you can. Okay, she's going to pull out. She'll get 1 Archon there. Doesn't get many of the probes. A few Zealots on the right side as well. She's got mass spines there. He's going to start the Stargate transition, Fleet Beacon, and 2 more Stargates going down. So that's a 3 Stargate. Does he go Tempests? I mean, she doesn't have many Corruptors. He could go Tempests and get an Oracle and try to shoot down the Broodlords from afar. I think it might be his best way of playing here. It's really hard to say. The Broodlords are morphing. She's already got a bunch of them out. 4 more on the way. I think Skillless has missed his timing. I think he needed to attack earlier before she got all this Broodlord Infestor ready. Now, I think he's walking into a trap. Is this army an absolute annihilator of Ultras, Lings, Banes? Yes. But against Broodlords? Oh, no, no, no. The Broodlords outrange this. Fungal! Oh my god, great snap recall from Skillless. Actually saves a lot of those units. Oh, get the Prism out, dude. Get the Prism out. Okay, the Prism is going to go home. It's hard to actually hunt him down. That is one problem for Scarlet. She's got Ultras still on the left side, hunting down a few units. I'd like to see her just counter push him. It's always hard to make that call. She doesn't have a lot of mobile anti-air, but her creep spread is looking good. He's keeping her busy with the Zealots right now. He's going to go Tempests. Very technical, the Tempest. Very much about shooting those Broodlords down from far away. I like that he's rewalled here. 3 cannons. Make it 5 cannons. Good choice by Skillless. Play tower. He's going to leave a few Immortals there potentially as well. Okay, that is an unassailable position. But this 5th base, easy pickoffs for Scarlet. Oracle is on the way now. Skillless will need that so he can use that ranged firepower of the Tempest. Good cancel. Very mature choice from Skillless to just give that up. Problem is, he can't really expand to the top left because this wall off walls him off. He needs to retake this base. He needs to defend this base. Otherwise, he's in big doo-doo. Oh, earlier probe transfer still on its way. They transfer to the wrong position. The Observer goes further forward. These Tempests definitely can start to... it's 5 shot with +1. There is +1 air armor, but it should still be 5 shots. So those Tempests, 3 Tempests will 2-shot the Broodlords, guys. 2 volleys, that is. 5 individual Tempest shots with +1 to kill a Broodlord. Oh man, losing lots of probes. The Nexus is getting battery overcharged here. The Corruptors are coming forward. Storms are trying to stop the Corruptors. But dude, there's so many Broodlords. She realizes she can just mass transfuse and just monster mode over this. He's got another Prism desperately trying to come in with an Immortal drop. He's going to try and warp in Zealots there to keep her busy. He knows he's got to get her attention off of him on his side of the map. He needs to give his Tempest time to pick away these units from afar. Easier said than done, though. The Zealot Immortals all just chilling. Oh no, it didn't aggro in. Ah, very unfortunate there for SKILLOUS. Now, SKILLOUS does want to hunt down some of these Broods, and he might be able to, especially if the Archons click on those Corruptors. The Immortals do pick up into the Prism and get out of there. The Zealots do all go down. But remember that SKILLOUS has very little income behind this. And those Queens and Corruptors coming forward going to cause him a big bit of problems. Where's his Oracle right now? He needs to tag these Broods so he can focus on good Fungal. Oh, the Fungal's trapping him in place. Oh my god, the Broodlord's just raining down death. The Corruptor Queen as well, catching up to these Tempests. And that there is fantastic play by SCARLETT. Prism comes back in. Ultras say, get out of here, you cheeky dickhead. And SKILLOUS, a very cool way to play this map, trying to utilize the choke points, the defensive positions with the static defense. But SCARLETT was prepared. I think she knew this style was coming, and she said, no way, mate. No way. I'm just going to skip the Roaches entirely, go straight up to the upgraded Lings, the Queens, the Infestors, the Ultras, and then add those Broodlords. As the cherry on top of the pie, SKILLOUS unable to just match the absolute onslaught of Zerg units coming in. He is picking off a lot of stuff here, but she's just got so many Broods, they just don't go down. The Broodlings trying to stop the Stalkers. The Stalkers don't even have Blink yet. And looks like the Ultras should be able to clean up. Wait, no, that's Changelings. Looks like the Prism did get cleaned up already. SCARLETT's going to win map 1, guys. I like the fight that SKILLOUS put up there. But after having his 4th denied multiple times, he was always trying to play catch up in that game. SCARLETT just 2 on point. Very well played by SCARLETT. Alright. Let's go game number 2. SCARLETT dominating the late game in that one. But let's keep in mind, she took a 5-minute 4th, went straight melee upgrades, skipped Roaches entirely, and kind of got to just go Queens, Lings, Banes up into those late game units. I don't think her opponent's going to let her do that again. SKILLOUS coming in to block the expansion here on Cosmic Sapphire, on Cloud Kingdom. I mean, Cosmic Sapphire, yeah, it kind of, I don't know, it's just the map reminds me of kind of the Cloud Kingdom, Eternal Empire style maps, even though it's not really the same. It's just something about the look of the minimap, I think, to me, makes me think of those maps. But yeah, she's taken the 3rd out here, and usually you do take 3rd there, 4th there. The reason why expanding along here gets a bit awkward is because then the Protoss could take this 3rd, and then they're not too far away from harassing you down there. This is, of course, all blocked up. We've got some pretty minerals that are non-mineable there, some very shiny minerals, which I do like. High ground there, low ground, lots of impassable terrain, watchtower in the top right, and there's this whole ledges up here. You got some rich gas bases, which only have, it's full minerals, but only rich gas on these 2 bases. Okay, look at this wall off for SKILLOUS. It's a pretty good choke point, guys. It's a 3-space wall off. Pylon somewhat protected if you have a unit in the front of the wall. Second gas goes down. And I've got my eyes on this because I'm like, SKILLOUS, are you just going to play the same thing again? And is this like your PvZ style? And if so, what do you change now that you know how SCARLETT's going to play against it? Because there's always the chance of like, well, you can't just do the same thing. Yeah, but you can do 99% the same thing. Change the 1% to counter your opponent's counter. Stargate. Question is, do we see Warp Gate or +1 air weapons again? Warp Gate starts up, so SKILLOUS not going to be opening with +1 air weapons this time around. Pig, you need a bigger vessel for your hydro intake? Yeah, I have a big cup of water. I need to go back to having just a jug of water. I hate refilling it all the time. It does remind me to get up from my desk, though, which is good. Adept does pick off a drone. No, it doesn't. It damages the drone, is what I meant. It tries to pick off the drone. Ooh, shiny minerals in the back. SCARLETT's going to come in from the back. She wants to see, is that an Oracle or a Void Ray? It's an Oracle. And he's going to chrono it. Extra pylon goes down. Stalker will be able to clear the Overlord. But I think she should be able to get to safety with it. And lots of probes coming out. Great vision for Scarlet. Neither side's lost any units just yet. 2 Adepts here. She's only got 4 Lings. Ooh, greedy Scarlet could get in trouble. She's got 2 Queens here, but they're not actually being microed. Oh, no. But he does miss the opportunity to focus a drone. Oh, here we go, though. He's wedged himself right in the corner there. Already 4 drones. Make it 5. Well worth it for 2 Adepts. Scarlet's got to be a little annoyed at that. That is a bit of a mistake from her. 2 Queens down here. Oracle coming on forward. The Nexus starts up behind this for Skillous. Very economic build once more. Where is the other Queen? She's been a bit slow on her Queen micro today. So a little bit slow on her reactions. She's very detail-oriented on the macro, though. So even if her micro is a little slower, I feel like she's hitting her workers pretty much perfectly in terms of production. Does she see this 3rd base? Not yet. She definitely should be getting down there. See if she can at least force this Oracle to use its energy defensively. Skillous is playing 3 Oracle. Scarlet still hasn't checked for the 3rd base. There we go. Finally she does that. Stalker's going to push her Overlord back, but it should survive. She comes on down there. Ling will get a probe. And Pylon's just sitting out in the open with nothing defending them. Very risky play by Skillous. Getting punished here. Yeah. Very good move by Scarlet. The delayed Lings actually end up working out. Get out of there. The moment the Oracle turns on its laser, you got to pull back. Roach Horn for Scarlet this time around. She says, hey, this is a more normal game. I got to have some respect here. I got to make sure I'm on point with that. She's got a lot of Queens. No Spore in the 3rd base, but she's got 7 Queens already. Wow. She does love her Mass Queen. Very late lair, ZvP. You guys would know the Korean style that I often talk about and advocate, the dark style. It used to be rogue style, though he's not doing it as much since he's doing double Evo at the moment. He's playing more EU style just with double ups. Oh my god, that's a lot of kills, but loses an Oracle for it. The other one gets in the deep red as well. So not the most amazing. There's also no Spore in the main. I don't know what she just attacked there, but I did hear the Queens attacking something. Oracle. Oh, what's going on? Oracle with a bit of an F2. Ah, a little nasty there. Skillous down to just 1 Oracle now. So as I was saying, very late lair, guys. The lair started at like 5 minutes 20. That's a super late lair. 5:25 even? Oh my god, 25 seconds ago. Yeah, 5:25. What the hell? Such a late lair. So she's forced to play a super economy style. It's what Cyril loves to do. She kind of is basically locking herself into a long game. Skillous is going for the heavy Blink Stalker style. He's gone for 8 Gateway, Blink on 4 gases. Now, this style I've seen look really good and also really bad depending on some minor details. At the moment, it feels like Scarlet's got a good enough economy. If she can just get 10 more drones and then just go mass units, I think she'll be great. There we go. 12 more drones might be pushing it. She absolutely needs to get into unit production because he's already built 5 Stalkers. He's going to drop a 4th and move out with this Warp Prism to attack her with Blinken +1. She is going to play Roach Hydra. Okay, Roach Hydra off 72 workers. Very good defensive style. And that should keep her completely solid. The Koreans favor this a lot. They really like just turtling on Roach Hydra, but they like to stop at about 65, 70 workers at most. She's at 72, going up to 74 even. So she's going to have an abundance of cash, and it feels like she's a little ahead overall. Obviously, having killed a few of the Oracles, not really taking any significant damage, only 11 drones going down for 2 Adepts and 2 Oracles. Even though the first 2 Adepts did good damage to her, it didn't slow her down enough. And it does feel like she's running away with this in that regard. Skillous, if he takes gases and goes for more tech, I think he'll be in a good spot. But what do most Protoss players do with this build? They never take the gas. They never go for RoboBay. They just don't get Disruptors or Storm out. And they just sit on Zealot Stalker and go, dude, be back, Zealot Stalker. The moment you realize your opponent's... Well, she's going so good. 6 more drones? She's going to 87 workers. Scarlett is pushing her greed beyond the pale right now against a 4-gas player. I mean, yes, he's going 6 gas now. She didn't know that. So Scarlett here is playing such a turtle style. This is what I've been critical of today, guys. It feels like make more units and be a bit more safer. He is going Sidestorm. I love it. Skillous going Sidestorm 8 gas. So this will go to late game. But she's going to have Hive up pretty quickly as well. Lurkaden already on the way. I'm fascinated to see where the heck this game goes now. I don't know. Like Stalker, Storm, Zealot. I mean, what else does he just do a big push with Gateway Storm? He's not building Immortals right now. Does he even have an Observer? He's got one Observer with his army, but doesn't feel like this army scales amazingly well for attacking your opponent. Defensively, I love Stalker Storm. Some Immortals are now starting up. Good to see that, adding some power. Warp Prism will clean this up. The Zergling, a bit too brave for his own good. Does go down. She's got +2 range on the way, does Scarlet. Her hive's almost finished. She's got a lot of roaches right now. 22 roaches. She's starting to make lurkers, though. I actually think a Lair Tech lurker push, one of the most underrated, underutilized moves versus Protoss. You'd be surprised how well that can work in the current meta just because nobody does it. Protoss assumes it's mass roach, maybe roach hydra, and then it's wait for hive tech upgrades and lurkers. They don't really think of there being anything in between because Zergs never hit it. And sometimes it's those in-between timings that people aren't used to. Those kind of half-strength pushes that actually are the most powerful simply because of the surprise factor. Viper's Seismic Spines are on the way. Scarlet's taking a 5th base. She's still just really turtling up. SKILLOUS is matching her economically this time, though. He does have a 5th on the way. He's got a lot more gateways going up. So he'll be on about 13, 14 gateways in the near future. He's adding some Immortals that'll help a lot against the Lurker Roach. And how much High Templar? 6 High Templar. That's a good number. Give him about 30 seconds, and most of those High Templar will have double storms as well. Of course, 75 energy per storm. Takes a long time to gather up energy. Got to invest in that stuff early. Not the best thing run by for Scarlet. Lots of Zerglings do go down. Just saw SKILLOUS glancing through the fog at her natural. Ah, he sent the Prism in. That's it. I was like, why is he looking up there? He's queued the Prism in. Roach Hydra coming down on the left side. Going to go after the cannon and the gateways there. 3 more Stargates and Fleet Beacon. Ooh, he stumbles into the lurkers. Takes some big damage there. Prism in the back, though. Prism in the back door. Zealots on the right side. The army in the middle. I think he just got a Viper there with a blink forward. He's got Zealots running in. The Prism could warp in the main as well. He can sidestep these lurkers, dive on that 3rd, and I think he might win this game. Like, she actually is going to struggle to deal with this. The Zealots are up in the mineral line. More Zealots, 13 gate Zealot, and he's transitioning carriers behind it. If he goes around to that left, I think he wins the game with this army. As it is, he's still killing so many workers. Oh my god, it's costing him a lot of Zealots, but that's minerals, and he's trading them out for better units. The Hydras do manage to damage the Prism, but that Prism is still alive, saving 4 of those Zealots. And, uh-oh, where's his army? Where's his army go? Did his whole army just die? Oh no! His army died, guys! Where is it? Okay, it's over there, but he left his High Templar in the middle of the map, I think. Oh no! Okay, he's got 1 full energy High Templar there, but he's lost a bunch of his High Templar. Bit of a mistake. Prism does still hang out in the back. We've got only 1 Viper out right now. Roach Hydra Lurker pushing for Scarlet. SKILLOUS, he's got his first 3 carriers about to hit the field. +1 air weapons has only just started, though, so they are very weak carriers compared to the better ones you can get later in the game. Good Storm, hits the Hydras, hits the air units, softens them all up. Oracle needs to stay alive! Oh no, that was his best detection. Those Lurkers are actually super exposed as well. Does manage to take down 1 of these. There's not many Hydras left here. Only about 8, but with only 1 carrier engaging at a time, definitely hard for SKILLOUS to take the fight. He's going to storm down these units. I think he might have to just jump on top, but guys, he lost his detection. He's got an Observer in there. It does get healed by the battery overcharge. Scarlet pulling home as the Zealots redrop the natural. She just F2'd home. I don't know if she has enough anti-air. Does she? Yeah, there's no interceptors. There's no interceptors here. She's broken him. She's broken him. The Prism not going to be able to do enough. He F2's home now. It's F2 versus F2 madness. The Prism goes down. He's got 1 chance if he has an Observer, but he doesn't have an Observer. He's trying to build it, and losing that Oracle, huge. After you tag, you always got to queue the Oracle far back, but SKILLOUS struggling to control in the chaos. Under the gun of the Zerg pressure, he was so close to getting to a very nice position there, but he doesn't quite make it. And you can see now, he goes in, but it's more of a dribble of Zealot Archon, not super timed out to come in from every side at once. Battery's already gone down on this 5th base, and it looks like Scarlet here. She's large, she's in charge. And for those who, oh my god, oh my god, yep. Damn, I thought that Zealot damage was enough that Scarlet was going to be in trouble, but he doesn't quite make the transition. Looks like he lost a bunch of High Templar in the middle of the map there as well. Yeah, it looks like, here it is, guys. Big mistake for SKILLOUS here. Losing 3 of his high energy High Templar, big mistake. All right, guys. She is on a tear right now. And for those who don't know, historically, she has always 2-0'd SKILLOUS. And he's always 2-0'd her. She's one series up. Like, she's won 5, he's won 4. But it's always 2-0 for him, 2-0 for her. This is the first time they've played a best of 5, though. And I really hope SKILLOUS can fight back. Feels like she's just been barely able to edge it out. I think in that last game, we saw they're both really playing the EU style. Some super macro virgin ZvP stuff in this game, you know, from both sides. We are going to tropical sacrifice, guys, which is cool because we've got crystals of different colors. There's purple fruit. There is some water underneath the map, as you can see, which is quite nice. Quite a pretty map. Tropical sacrifice. Got beaches on the edge. I do wish the beaches were in the middle of the map, I'll be honest. But at least there's beaches. And that's not too bad, you know? Got these lovely pools here. Some moss hanging off and stuff. Now, SKILLOUS, a bit worried about 12 pool, does decide to scout. But he doesn't scout early enough to block her expansion. Not my favorite play. I prefer blocking the expansion or being greedy. But I think SKILLOUS is like, I could go out. I don't want to just die to a 12 pool on the final map. Let's play it safe. We do have 3 bridges in the middle. It's kind of choked up in these middle areas. Be some interesting fighting that could go on there later. Yeah, good response from her so far. Yeah, she doesn't let him interrupt her mining too much. Very well done. Alright, Adept gets chronoed. Once again, she sees no spinning on the Sliver Core. Stargate goes down. Very crisp. 217 Stargate this time. Oh, very nice. SCARLETT dominating this series so far. But SKILLOUS, I mean, he's got such a unique style, right? He's really like, I'm not going to interact for a while, and I'm going to try and pick the right units and all that sort of stuff. Thank you, Killer B, for the sub there, mate. Alright guys, sorry for going a bit silent there. Just got a little bit distracted for a moment. I'm really wondering how you play this map. Because it feels like you've got ramps that are quite easy to defend. But what's your expansion patterns, Protoss? 3rd here, 4th here? And then do you expand along this top side, right? Take the 5th up here maybe? You could even take your 4th up here. Oh, fascinating to see which way it goes. Looks like a creep tumor did get sniped. Not bad for SKILLOUS. Obviously, she'd like to hit that Adept because its shields are regenerating. If she can hit it, its shields will stop regenerating. So, anytime they are out of combat for about 5 seconds, the shields will regenerate. You can see those Adepts nice and healthy. Oracle coming across. Another Oracle on the way. He's going to actually take the 3rd in a straight line. Interesting. Okay, so SKILLOUS will expand down that way and then maybe take 4th, 5th, 6th on the top side. SCARLETT's been pretty on point with her defense. She's got 1 Spore Crawler on the way here in the natural. None in the main just yet. Double creep tumors go down. Oh, already 3 creep tumors and a 4th on the high ground. Wow. And she's going for that 4-minute Evo. She wants to get that quick melee upgrade. All right. Oh, let's see if there's some drone sacrifices here on Tropical Sacrifice. Only 1 so far, and the Oracle takes a lot of damage. SKILLOUS has got to be a little frustrated at the lack of easy pickups so far. Adepts here pushing back SCARLETT Zerglings. No free pylons or anything like that this time around. Double gas goes down in the natural and a Twilight Forge. It's looking like a more traditional, just triple Oracle into Blink, similar to last game. Does he go for the super quick 4th this time around though? He might do. I don't think it's a bad play, man. If you're only playing single Forge, I think you can take your 4th at like 5 minutes 30. I know that sounds silly, but you can actually take it so early. Against a player like SCARLETT, she's not going to do anything aggressive. I actually think SKILLOUS, as greedy as his play has been, SCARLETT's has been greedier. And I think that's why she's actually winning it. Look at this. This base went down so early. Nice. Oh, if he just clicked it, he would have killed it. Oh, SKILLOUS with the lazy control. That should have been a kill. Or a cancel. One or the other. If he just clicked it and wasn't on a move, his oracles would not have aggroed onto the queens there. That hatchery was like 1 or 2 volleys from dying. Now she's, like I said, not going to be really doing anything aggressive. She drops a Roach Warren to be a bit safer, but Where's that fourth base? I feel like he could already have it, man. He's going for a cannon, a robo, a few more gateways. He's actually going straight charge. Okay, that's cool. So this is kind of like the way Hero was sometimes doing it. I do like charge up against a lurker style, but because she's gone fast melee, I don't think it's going to be lurker this time. Ravager Bane's pretty good versus charge a lot of Mortal Archon. If you can get your Zealots in the back door, definitely can pick her apart if you don't let the Banelings get the hits that they want. Still probes are building. It's equal workers on both sides. Similar economy, similar supplies. Does still feel to me like Scarlet's ahead with that quick fourth base surviving. 3 Overlords. Baneling Nest goes down. Roach speed starts up as well. +2 melee can start already at about 630, which is awesome. +1's on the way. Okay, so going up to 8 gateways and a Warp Prism. This feels similar to game 1, but still no super quick fourth. He's going to go out there with a probe, clears up the Zergling. He's going to try and go for that. Overseer comes in and sees everything. Very nice. Uh-oh. Oh, morph the Archon! Oh, no! SKILLOUS! Oh, that was so sloppy. He could have morphed that Archon, and I think it would have been okay. Maybe it still would have got focused down. I'm not sure. But a nice Archon pick off there for Scarlett. Remember that there's a slippery slope mentally. If your opponent's already winning the series, a lot of players get really demotivated and they're like, oh man, nothing's working. They lose confidence. You cannot lose confidence. You've got to still play your best strategies. And you've got to play them confidently. And just focus on those details and stitching everything together and making it work. That last game was very close. Just losing those High Templar in the middle of the map allowed Scarlett to push without there being enough Storm to zone her army back. But other than that, it was a really nice game. Now, he does have a decently timed fourth. She's got a Spire. So she might be thinking about a Mutalisk switch. Wow, that's different. Now, unfortunately for her, the Observer will see this. Let's see if SKILLOUS notices. Oh, he does. He's looking at it. So he sees the Spire, immediately starts Phoenix production. Might drop an extra cannon or battery here and there as well. So we're on SKILLOUS' camera right now, guys. Yeah. Okay, so there's an Overseer there. He will send a Phoenix out. Second Stargate goes down. I don't think she's going to commit to the Mutas, not after seeing a Phoenix in the main. Especially not if you show her a second Phoenix. He builds a second Stargate, which is always useful for the late game anyway, for when you want to go carriers. Overseer does take a dump on the Forge of SKILLOUS. Zealots are already there with a Prism. Scarlett casually taking a 5th base. She's got her double Evo upgrades. She's got her Infestation. She's got some Corruptors that she's built to deal with the Warp Prism. Wow. She's like, you know what? That Warp Prism really fucked me up last game. So she's like, you know what? Corruptors will also do fine versus the Phoenix. Get rid of any Oracles potentially, which clears up the detection and whatnot. Not that detection's important. This is not a lurker game. Hive is on the way now. Do we see a Spire? +2 melee could have started 2 minutes ago. Very late, Scarlett, on starting her +2 melee this game. Fifth base going to go down for SKILLOUS. Both of these players really enjoy fapping for the first 9 minutes of the game, so to speak. You know, just building probes and bases. Only light harassment. 2 High Templar, 14 Zerglings, a drone, some creep tumors. That's all that's being killed, all that's being traded. Finally, some action. As Scarlett says, no free 5th base for you. You need to move your army there if you want to secure that. SKILLOUS cancels it. You'll be able to rebuild it later. Zealots are going to find the queens. She's a little slow on the transfuse. Band-aids! Good band-aids do come down. She keeps the queen alive. And a few more band-aids. And she will keep them all alive. Only loses 1 queen. Storm almost finished right now for SKILLOUS. He's got 4 Immortals. Ultras will not be the beautiful tool that they were previously. Oh, look at that. He's seen that the Hive has started, and he'll see if the Great Spire starts, and that'll trigger him to attack. So he's just going to try and build a giant Immortal Archon Storm army, and then if she makes a Great Spire, he's going to attack maybe 30 seconds after that starts. So he's already almost maxed. He will have a very scary army. Scarlett, does she have Bane speed? Yes, she does, but she hasn't made any Banes. She's got a big bank. She makes the Great Spire. Let's go to SKILLOUS' camera, guys. The Great Spire starts. I think he might have already noticed it because he's already moving out. Yeah, okay, maybe just onto the edge of creep for now, though. He's trying to wall off still. He's trying to... Okay, he's like, gateways aren't going to work. I'm just going to bloody pylon wall this for the most part. Oh, she finds his Prism. Very nice move for her. Her Archons do get caught. Her Roaches get caught by the Archons a little bit. Guys, he hasn't been looking at his Observer. I don't know if he's realized the Great Spire's there. I really do not know. But he's got to go. He's got to make Archons and go right now. There we go. Zergling's trying to break down the wall. Not a bad move for Scarlett to even commit to that, in my opinion. She forces Zealot Warpins. High Templars here. They're very clumped, though. They get hit by the Banelings. This is game. Scarlett's there. The High Templar are in the open. Oh, no. Skillous loses all of his High Templar. Scarlett is so happy to take that trade because now she can freely get towards the Broodlords. The Zealots there do go down to the spines. He's going to be able to kill this top base. I don't think that matters. Oh, Blink is made, so he's going to add Blink Stalkers in. He's just going to go raw meat right now. There's 4 Corruptors on the map. She can morph Broodlords with those. She's supply blocked. She's only at 175 supply right now. She's got to be careful. She's got to get out of here. Scarlett, you don't want to roll Banes into that army. Nuh-uh. There's no Zealots. There's no High Templar. Her Lings do force a battery overcharge, but the Oracles defend it. Skillous is not ready to go down in this grand finals yet. On the other hand, remember, the threat of that Great Aspire may make him make rash decisions. If he can kill a base and just get out of here, I think he's good. Remember, he's only got 1 Psystorm, and he does throw it down. He uses it up. The Prism goes down. Archons, Immortals galore. A great fight for Skillous. He's just got so much meat in that army. You can see the units lost up. It's a 2-for-1 trade so far. Biles will come down. She's trying to get more Roaches, more Ravagers. If only she had something else to deal with this army. Maybe some Blinding Clouds or something like that. But yeah, it's already 12 minutes. Not having Broodlords out by this point, I think, is definitely a big problem for her. She needed to be morphing at least a handful of Broodlords during all this. Her Corruptors have gone down. Bane's rolling into the Zealots, but there's more behind that. The Phoenix even coming in. She's going to try and bile him down. She gets through to one of the Phoenix, but the Stalkers, the Immortals, the Archons are hot on her tail. Mass Zealot reinforcing across the map here. Does avoid the biles momentarily, but he wants to keep the momentum. He's still up in army supply, and that Great Aspire, by the way, that's looking like a healthy target. I would definitely be happy to take that out. She's building another Spire behind this, thinking about the future, but she's got to think about the right here, right now, and the impending doom of a mass Immortal Zealot Stalker army coming through. Her Banelings want to find the juicy center of the Zealots, but there's more Protoss than there's Zerg, and that's never a good sign for the Bugs. Skillous getting a point on the board on Tropical Sacrifice. He's going to take us to game 4. All right, guys, we're going into the Moon Dance. That's right. Crack out your special fancy outfits because we are going into the Moon Dance map. It is bright, it is shiny, it's reflective. And yeah, it's got these little moons here reflecting the lunar cycle around the main base. No, just making it up. I haven't really looked around the map too much yet, guys. But Skillous is in the top left with a gateway that's sticking out like a sore thumb. I'm telling you, man. I would Ling Flood against... I mean, it's easy to wall off behind it, I guess. But still, it's just so much surface area on that gateway. That'd be very weak to 12 pool. It would get focused down way too easily. So not the best pylon placement, I think, for Skillous. I think that pylon should be back a little bit, and his gateway should be inside the choke point, not jutting out so much. But no 12 pool this game, and doubtful it'll be a Ling Flood either. Now, on this map, you do get a 3/4 mineral, 1 gas base in the back, for those who don't know. Warp Gate starts up. Oh, Stalker first and Warp Gate, guys? What is this? What are you up to? Oh, and he's trying to hide it as well. We're going to build the tech structure down here or something? What are we doing? What are we doing? I like that Scarlett's just moving through with the Overlord, because she's going to sacrifice it, but it's worth losing the Overlord because this delays Skillous tech so much. He's going Sentry. He doesn't want her to see the tech. That's why he's like, he's got to get rid of this Overlord first. And he's going to put tech down here in a moment. Oh, maybe he goes third base with no tech. Oh, what if he just goes third base with no tech, guys? What if he just drops the third Nexus there? Oh, you dirty boy. Oh, you're a dirty little boy, aren't you? Oh, 3-minute third base. Ooh. Oh, my God. Damn. Yum. Yum, 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 yum. Now, Scarlett's not taking that yet. She's going for the front, though. She's like, I want a full base. I don't want this shitty 3/4 base. And you know what? She should be holding the drone key down harder than she ever has. So skimp on queens, skimp on zerglings. She's only built 2, so she's done a pretty good job so far. You might be like, oh, she's supply blocked. What a noob. Don't worry, guys. She's got only 2 lava available and an Overlord's popping. So she delayed 2 drones by a few seconds. That's about it. And she takes a 4th hatch at 330. Oh, my God. I told you guys earlier, he's being greedy, but she's being greedier. Well, the theme continues. She says, oh, would you like to come to the Moon Dance, the Greed Dance? All right, let's do it. She just takes a 4th hatchery at 330. And I think that favors Zerg. Does it though? Chrono boosting probes is actually really sick these days, guys. I have been considering Protoss, if they focus on economy and not doing damage, I do feel like they can actually keep pace with Zerg now in Legacy of the Void. I forget it sometimes. I think what's usually weird is the Protoss might not realize, and that's the problem, right? Because the Oracle didn't see that 4th in the back, so he doesn't know. So SKILLOUS is just like getting +1, adding Blink, adding a Robo, whereas in this scenario, it's an eco arms race. I mean, you could even go out and take a 4th base at 520. That would be, if he walked in 2 Adepts out here, takes this 3rd right now. Oh my God, wouldn't it be so sick if you see a Protoss 4th base already? I don't think he's going to do that though, because he doesn't have the information. He doesn't realize. Scarlett's going to be so passive. Now, she's got spores everywhere. So she was actually expecting delayed Stargate. That's super weird. I do think that's a bit inefficient from her. I think it's very unlikely that he was ever going to be doing that. But still no sign of the 4th base. The Phoenix goes down. And SKILLOUS takes a 4th anyway. No F's given. Oh, 5 minutes. I said 5:30 4th. He says, no. 5 minute 4th pig. Now, that pylon positioning is god-awful in my opinion. Because this doesn't create any choke points for the sentries. They can get surrounded. You're on a diagonal. A lot of Protoss players recently are really enjoying diagonal pylon placement, guys. So this is a basic fundamental reason why you guys should not copy pro players. There is no reason to do this, but every pro is doing it lately because they like 10 Zerglings could run in and just kill these sentries right now. Because like 6lings can get here, 6lings here. It's a terrible angle. If you put the pylon here, you can fit the 2 sentries up in a nice little rigid choke point. It'll be much cleaner. Anyways, as it is, 5 gas geysers, 10 gates, 4th base, 65 probes. Does need to build more probes. He's got to build some more probes to really take advantage of this 4th. And you can see he's slacking on his probes a little bit, as SKILLOUS. SCARLETT takes a 5th base, though. Guys, I told you these 2 players like to touch themselves in their corner of the map for the first 9 minutes. By 9 minutes in this game, they're both going to have 120 workers. Like, what the hell, man? Seriously. What the heck? She's building roaches at the perfect time as his push starts coming forward. I don't think he can really do anything to slow her down. And unfortunately for him, those sentries are going to be very exposed. So definitely, potentially an issue. Cannon and a battery already up on the 4th to fall back on. Stalkers get rid of the Overseer, which is pretty good for her. Oh, there's roaches going past. They're going to try and focus down some probes. Great move by SCARLETT. She doesn't have roach speed yet, though. But they can tank a cannon for ages. So SKILLOUS needs to pull the probes. Otherwise, he'll lose like 10 workers here. SKILLOUS, you got to pull the probes. Pull them away. You got to pull them away. Don't just spam click on the minerals like that. Oh, it looks like only 1 roach can get in range. Okay, it works. And he's all right. Does defend only 4 probes for 4 roaches. Good trade for SKILLOUS on 71 workers. And he's going forwards here. He's going to go for, oh, this stupid hatch snipe play that Hero always does. Hero did this to me earlier today. It's so gross. Just blink, kid, kill the hatch, run away. Lol, 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 see you, don't want to be ya. The Stalker's sticking up the middle finger over their shoulders. SCARLETT, no doubt, a little triggered by that, as every Zerg is. She's back to 4 bases now, up against a 4-base Protoss. He's got charge coming in. He's got those 10 gateways. He's mega supply blocked, though. So he really needs to build some bloody pylons right now, man. Pylons, there we go. He starts up a few of them. Stalker's picking off creep. She just counterattacks right now. Oh, Stalkers are not good for base trading, guys. They don't do much damage. He doesn't have a Dark Shrine or anything like that. He's gonna try and shove in. He's gonna go after the Roach Warren. Oh, she tries to transfuse it, but oh man, this is gonna get really messy for SKILLOUS. SKILLOUS just staying on that north side of the map, and SCARLETT going around the genius maneuver here. Oh, she's checkmated him. Just like that, because he assumed she was going to stay on the defense, but she gave up this base, retook a base on the bottom side, she showed her flexibility, and he stayed on the top way too long, and now he's back to 3 base. And now she goes second Evo, Infestation, rebuilds her Roach Horn. She is miles ahead after killing that 4th base. What a sudden way for it to go. And that's always the problem. When both players are this greedy early on, I always feel like it's a bit fragile. You know, suddenly, like, one player could just outplay the other because they both don't have a good feel for where the game's at, since there's been so little interaction. But SCARLETT just smashing through, piling the probes. Oh, SCARLETT is going to get held eventually from this army, but she's got a giant rally of speedlings coming over, and she's going to kill so many more workers. SKILLOUS, an unfortunate way for the cookie to crumble for him, but dude, he said, I am going to play super greedy, you'll never know what hit you. SCARLETT says, I was born in the greed. I am the Greedmeister. I literally, you may have had, what was that? Your mum was a bit of a hippie. She did an underwater birth for you. You know what? I was given birth to in a bathtub filled with gold. That's right. Smorg was my mama. It fucking gave birth to me on that giant gold pit in the Mines of Moria, you know? Mines of Moria, that's not the Mines of Moria. What's the mountain called? Shit, I can't remember. Where you guys know, the one where Smorg lives. In The Hobbit. It's a Hobbit reference. A really shit Hobbit reference. Anyway, point being, she grew up knowing how to breathe under a billion money. And she did it here again. 11 drones, 2 infestors, bailing speed, infestation pit, +1 melee, +2 range, hives on the way. And damn, she's just got all the tech. She's happy to just chill here. SKILLOUS limps back to her 4th base. He's going to go for the disruptors, the big comeback play of the late game. She's already got the hive tech though. Whether it be ultras or broods, either of those amazing verse disruptors. So that's one of the things. If you're ever worried about Protoss getting back into it with disruptors, well, you get up a big 80 drone economy, you make ultras, disruptors not going to be too effective against that. Prism's still trying to do some harass. SKILLOUS not ready to give up yet. He's been fighting very hard here. It is on the Central US servers, so of course there has been a ping advantage for SCARLETT all tournament long in this regard. It is the NA regional though. She has to play with a disadvantage when she signs up for those EU and Korean Cups. It is the way it works. And Stalker Sentry, Cannon Battery, Disruptor Ball on the way. Oh, not bad on the force fields. The roaches do go down. That's a lot of roach ravagerling, and the fungals are going to be deadly as well. That ball has a lot of weight on its shoulders, guys. Oh my god! Oh, she doesn't even spread, but you know what? It was good damage, but it wasn't god tier damage. Oh, the bile fungal. Where did those banelings come from? Holy banelings, Batman! Oh, Ravagers, roaches, lings, all coming in from every single side. The disruptor ball gets 4 roaches. But 4 roaches is not 400 roaches, and that is the sort of conversion that SKILLOUS needed there. GG, well played. SCARLETT gets the 3-1. She is back in form. Smashing multiple top pro gamers from Europe and Korea. The Canadian Renaissance is here. GG, well played.